This is my third video and I want to go bigger. I want to create a space that can breathe, clean itself and where I can sit at the end of the long day, watch life happen in slow motion. For this, I am going to use this old Sintex water tank. Most people throw them away, but today we are turning this piece of plastic scrap into a thriving, self-sustaining ecosystem. This tank has history. It helped my home store water for 20 years. Today it was cutting off for its second life as a thriving lily pond. Its width is 3.5 feet. In the world of pond keeping, width is often more important than the depth. Wider surface allows for more oxygen and more importantly gives our water lily room to crawl. Standing only about 1.5 feet in height, this depth is enough for fish to feel secure but shallow enough that sunlight can reach the bottom and warm the soil. This shallow and wide profile is secret to happy lily pond. Choosing the right location was the most crucial step. I placed it in a spot that can get partial shade to keep the water from overheating, but I also made sure the water lily gets at least 6 hours of direct sunlight. Without sun, water lily will never wake up. This balance will keep the ecosystem from crashing into an algae-covered mess. Before we turn this old Sintex tank into a home for living things, we have to deal with the past. I started by giving it a good scrub to remove years of dust and residue. But real challenge was the old plumbing hole at the bottom. I used the MC to create a permanent and watertight plugging. To absolutely make sure it won't leak under pressure, I placed a sheet of paper directly under the tank and filled it with an inch of water. If there was even a pinhole leak, paper will darken instantly. Thankfully, after a few hours, paper stayed bone dry. Now we build the floor of our world. Since this is no filter pond, substrate isn't just dirt, it's the battery that powers the plant. I'm starting with this thick layer of heavy clay garden soil. This provides enough organic matter and initial nutrition. For the top layer, I'm adding a specific amount of red soil. Red soil is rich in iron, minerals, and it's essential for heavy feeding nature of the water lily. By layering them, we can create a rich and anaerobic environment at the bottom where lily roots can thrive. Now, let's start the foundation work. I'm doing things a bit differently here to ensure every plant have a best start. For net grass, I'm using the bricks and separate tub. Net grass cannot be fully emerged or it will start to rot and die. To solve this, I'm going to use bricks to create a pedestal. This keeps the net grass high enough so roots can reach the water but main bodies stay safe above the surface. These bricks also serve a second purpose. They create a cave and shadow at the bottom of the pond. Later, when we add pond residents, this space will become vital hiding spot where they can feel safe from the bright sunlight. For soil, I am going to blend the standard garden soil, red soil and vermicompost. It packed with high nutrition and beneficial bacteria that net grass love. By planting it in its own tub, I can keep the highly nutritious concentrated exactly where the roots needed them, preventing too much of the compost from leaving into the main water and causing the ammonia spike. This tub will sit at back, giving us the lush green background. At the nursery, I found this beautiful pink and light green Syngonium. They are really beautiful, so I decided to add them into my pond. Syngonium is incredibly adaptable. I keep mine in the pot, but I am placing the pot inside the pond, so the rim sits exactly 3 cm below the water level using the brick. This semi-aquaponic placement allows the root to stay cool and hydrated while foliage stay dry. It adds lush and tropical feel to the edge of the pond. Water lily is the king of this pond. Most people plant lily in small pot and submerge them, but I want this pond to look wild, so I am planting it directly into the bottom substrate. This allows rhizome to grow around the entire 3.5 feet diameter of the pond. When lily has space, its leaves grow larger and flower will become more frequent. To complete the underwater landscape, I am adding some vallas on the corner. They are long and ribbon-like leaves act like a living curtain on the corner. For the final touch, I am adding some natural rock around the plants and center. They also provide extra surface area for beneficial bacteria to grow. Now comes the most satisfying part, adding the water. If I just put water hose in the soil, it becomes mud pit and won't clear for weeks. Instead, I am using this plastic cover from my fish bags to break the water pressure. This keeps the soil layer intact. As the water rises, plastic cover will also rise, so it's easy to remove later. Once the pond is full, I added the duckweed. These floating plants will spread fast and cover the red grass tub, so it will look like a natural pond. For the first time, this plastic tank starts to look like a pond. I decide to wait for 2 days before adding any fish. This allows the water temperature to stabilize and gases to escape. In the no filter system, patience is the best tool, but nature has surprise waiting for me. Before the first fish ever touched the water, in that short window of time, the water lily decided it was time. Seeing that first blossom open up was the sign that ecosystem was already waking up. It's as if pond was telling me it was ready for life. With the water clear and king of the pond already in blossom, it was finally time to introduce the residents. First, the guppies. They are small, hardy and colorful, but they have a job. They are our mosquito controller. In the outside pond, mosquitoes are inevitable. Guppies ensure no larvae ever make it to adulthood. Next is shrimps. I add small colony of hardy shrimps to act as a maintenance crew. They spend every week picking up the microscopic algae on the lotus stem and surface of the soil. Between the plant cleaning the water and shrimps cleaning the surface, this pond becomes closed loop. The fish eat the larvae and small insects, plants eat the fish waste, shrimps will keep the glass, in this case plastic, clean. Maintenance for the pond like this is surprisingly simple. I top off the water as it evaporates and occasionally trim the yellowing leaves. Other than that, my job is done. Nature take over from here. There is a special kind of peace that comes from projects like these. It's a reminder that we can take something discarded, a old Sintex tank, give it a second life that arguably more beautiful than the first. If you have corner of your yard or balcony that feels empty, I encourage you to try this. Start small, use what you have and watch what happens. Thank you for being part of my third video and joining me on this journey. If you enjoy this build, consider subscribing to see how this pond evolves over coming months. Thank you for watching.